Hello everyone, I'm just Ian, welcome to this new video. Today we're taking a look at my fully custom LEGO all-for-one action figure. Buildable action figure of course, because, well, LEGO. If you follow my channel for a while, you know I tend to build these figures. They're stylized after LEGO's official buildable action figures. And I'm super happy with how this one came out. For a quick size comparison, here is one for all with a random minifigure and with the McFarlane All Might. As you can see, he is quite a lot bigger, so he doesn't scale with this All Might in, well, specifically. I might build a All Might in the same like LEGO style I'm using for all my action figures, but I'm actually working on a Occaroon from Down the Down right now and a Deku. I just really wanted to finish this one. I've been building and working on it for a while now, and I just really wanted to finish it before the new season, the final season I should say, of My Hero Academia premieres this upcoming weekend. I'm super hyped for the season. I love My Hero. I already read the manga, so I pretty much know what's gonna happen. And it's gonna be peak. I won't spoil anything in this video, so no worries about that. But yeah, let's just get right into the figure. Of course, as you can tell, this all-for-one figure is stylized after the Camino Ward incident in Season 3 of My Hero Academia. That's very obvious from the giant arm he has. It's not from the newest seasons, but I thought that this was just very much a pretty iconic moment in the show and in the manga, and it just looked so interesting with all the details on the arm, so I tried to replicating that with all the greebling. I know that in the anime, I don't think it was drills, but it was like springs at the top of the arm, but here I used drill pieces. I might be mistaken in that though. As reference material, I used the McFarlane all-for-one action figure that I sadly don't have to compare it to. I really want it, but well, it's out of stock everywhere and I can't find it on Vinted sadly. But yeah, you can clearly see all the greebling I put into here, into this arm. Let me move it a little bit closer for you all to see. Yeah, you can see all the greebling. The arm is actually connected with one of the stronger ratchet joints LEGO has, like right there. So it is able to move 360 degrees all the way around. So that's very nice, and you can move it in and out. It does make the figure heavy on one side, obviously, but he stands surprisingly well. Like, I don't have a lot of balancing issues with this figure, which is very interesting, because when I was building Sukuna, Heian era form Sukuna, he was a pain in the ass to stand, and I actually ended up making a stand for him so that he can stand properly on display. But I don't need to do this for this figure because he will just stand and not fall over immediately. Okay, now let's get into articulation, which is of course super important for action figures. The legs are very basic. They move side to side, there's a full split. Front like this to back. Back movement is better than front movement because of the pieces down here. Knees, of course, knee joints. There are some joints at the feet, at the ankles, to make sure that he can pivot. Like this. He is pretty heavy though, so you do have to watch out that this won't happen. To make sure that this doesn't happen, you just gotta make sure the feet stay relatively close together. Like, for example, this is fine, but the crazy poses I was doing before, then the joints will give in. And it also depends on how you articulate the arm. Now, there is a ratcheted joint in here, so you have a full swivel all the way around. This arm is on a ball joint, goes all the way around. Elbow joint, you have joints right here and in the finger, so all the fingers are articulated, which is very usual with all these buildable action figures that LEGO produces, and that I try to replicate or get inspired by. And then for the big arm, of course, I already showed you the joint in here, which is one of the new ratcheted joints, which is super nice. Then I left this open so that you can always bend it. So it has a nice 90-degree bend at the elbow, ball joint in here. All these fingers are movable. This one, the thumb, is on a ball joint, so you have extra movement in there. And then what you can also do is that the spikes are on ball joints, so you can move those around if you want to. And then this girder is on a ratcheted joint, so you can also move that and pose that around. So that's very cool. And then the head is also on a ball joint, but just the way his head is shaped and built up, it's very difficult to move. Like, it almost won't move. It goes up about this, looks down about this, so that's okay. And then side to side is very minimalistic, which, well, is to expected from a character that just looks like this. To get a closer look at all the greebling and details on the arm, I actually popped it off. As you can see, the spikes on here. There's a lot of details in this area. The back, or the back is also just tiled off nicely. Then there's more tiles and greebling over here and on this side. Here, of course, we have the spikes on top. Yeah, I'm super happy with how this all turned out, and it looks awesome on the figure. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you want to see next. I'm working on Okaroon from Down to Down right now. I only have the head finished, so I still need to do all of the body. I'm waiting on parts for that, and I really want to make Deku, but which version of Deku? Like, what suit would you want to see? Because he has so many different iconic suits in the series. So leave a comment telling me which one you want me to build, and if you want to see All Might, and if you want to see the newest version of All Might or the classic version, let me know. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're gonna enjoy the new season of My Hero Academia. I know that I will. And yeah, see me in the next video. Goodbye!